it's just what you always remember is just that coat and the hands and the gloves and these huge eyes. I mean, Em's got these massive kind of car headlamp eyes, so she couldn't be more right for it, but also because she's her, you're very drawn to her, and that's very important. You couldn't make this film if you didn't really want to watch that person.
To first see the entire look of Cruella together, I have to admit I took a lot of pictures. I did a lot of my, like, you know, I don't have social media, but I would imagine that when you do and you want to take pictures of yourself, that was like my day as Cruella. It was a very narcissistic day, which is perfect for Cruella. It was so cool. It was so cool to see, you know, people that talented bring her to life in that way, and me get to just sit there and have this hair and makeup and these clothes put on me. It was, felt very lucky.
It's all emotionally motivated in terms of Estella to Cruella. She's been told, you know, of what she believes is the right thing to do in life and the way that you're supposed to behave. And it's actually a conflict with who she is as a person in the sense of what she's going after. She doesn't think within the lines. So she, for a while, is going against her instincts. And that's where she really suffers the most. And it's not until she really leans into who she is as a person, and regardless of the repercussions, that she really starts to thrive. And that's partly what the Cruella side of her is. The part of that she leans into it for, the motivations, unfortunately, are kind of dark and sinister. So that's where it gets complex, and you know, her character gets interesting.
I think what's brilliant about it is that you think you know the Cruella de Vil story because we've had a couple of movies and we had the I think it was 1961, the original. So I think people's idea of Cruella is that she is this sort of really mean, unhinged woman and she treats animals poorly and things like that. But I think what they're gonna get from this that they maybe didn't expect was seeing how she came to be and seeing like the human side of her. I think the movie is really good at showing like a fully fleshed out human being rather than just somewhat a caricature that we've seen in previous iterations.
It's been really interesting. It's also been interesting to kind of gauge the tone and how different they are. It's one thing to read it on the page, but it's another to really try to do it day in and day out. How much of Cruella is in Estella and how much of Estella is in Cruella. But I think it's kind of fantastic because it's the personification of those two sides of her hair. You know, there's kind of like the dark and the light. But one of the great things, I think, about the way that Estella, the original Cruella, is written is that she's not, if she's the white, she's not like this pure, sweet, kind of unattainably, you know, perfect creature. She's full of vim and vigor, and she's feisty and smart and is a con artist. So she definitely has a lot of personality, which I love.
Creative people can be temperamental, and she has her fair share of mood swings, because when you have all these ideas bursting to get out and they can't, sometimes it comes out in the wrong avenue with a bit of attitude. But ultimately she's just desperate to show the world who she is.
Emma's character, the Baroness, is a dyed-in-the-wool, narcissistic, over-the-top, fashion-obsessed, Dalmatian-obsessed piece of work. And she's incredible to act with because A, she's Emma Thompson, but B, the character is just so hilarious and so cruel. It's, yeah, I mean, I feel like she really, it's called Cruella. It's about the making of Cruella, but she really is the, as it is explained later in the movie, she really is the OG.
It was quite hard for me to have any friction with Em Stone because we're sort of such good friends and love each other. So, and I'd met her long before, so I knew that we were going to have a good time. So, yes, she's my favourite young American.
She's got great, like, evil character to get her teeth into, and she plays it with a sort of combination of real charm and sort of seductive, you know, wickedness that I think is just right. It's just delicious to watch.
Okay, so this is quite a big budget movie, but Craig is directing it as though it's an independent movie. So you have so much collaborative time, and you can have so much fun going, oh, why don't we, let's try this. And there's no constraints, and he loves working fast and loose and changing things and being a bit risky with the material, and I love that. Oh, wonderful actors. There's so many fans. I mean, Joel Fry, Paul Walter Hauser, Mark Strong, every single part is so beautifully played. I mean, I can't tell you how much fun we've had when someone just comes on and gives of their is a turn, you know, and is just brilliant and funny, terribly funny. But it is a I mean, the two leads are women who are working and who are adversaries in their work, and you don't see that very often.
Fashion was omnipresent in this film, and in the beginning when we were trying to figure out who could do this job, amazingly we got our Academy Award previous winner Jenny Bevan, who I couldn't have been more excited about. Having, you know, seen obviously Mad Max Fury Road, and she'd done everything from Sherlock Holmes. She's done it all. It was kind of astonishing at times because she came in with not much time, the amount of outfits that she had to figure out, and they really had to be a statement. And I know she even said it herself. This film was actually much more complex from the costume side, because not only were we doing characters and having to create characters with costume, they were both fashion designers, so they both needed their whole fashion line that I knew the audience would be very critical about. It's like, and it has the risk of taking her out of the movie. So in some ways, we spent more time on the fashion lines than the actual characters, because that's you know, something she's been doing forever. It was a tall order, and she absolutely